were very intensive. We had a very intensive exchange of views about the substance. Also, our discussion today in the Political Assembly was very substantive, so a lot of contributions referred to what creates the EPP anger when we speak about Fidesz and about what is going on in Hungary. There were also included the questions which were already discussed in September last year when we discussed about the Article 7 procedure, where the EPP gave finally the green light for the two-thirds majority for opening the Article 7 procedure on a European level. That was a very serious discussion, and I must tell you that it was until the end, not clear whether we can find a common understanding on this, but the message was clear. There were no further negotiations were possible. It was finally a firm decision of the EPP party to make clear that our future is based on common values.
The question here.
Michael Weber, Gavin Lee, the BBC. Gavin Lee, the BBC. Two thoughts as a result of this. If Viktor Orbán, as his party have said, if they leave, if they're suspended, they say they will leave, and therefore, first of all, tell me about your concerns of the risk of setting up a stronger Eurosceptic party, and also your own personal ambitions as a potential president of the European Commission, and whether that is dealt a blow too.
First of all, it's great to get from BBC not a Brexit question, to get from BBC another question with other background. And the Fidesz membership is today suspended. That is a decision of today. And you can imagine when we talk about 194, 190 supporting the idea, then it's obvious that we found a good understanding on this. What is it to do? And I also want to underline that with the statements Fidesz gave in the last days, there is, let me say, this signal that they want still to cooperate. I wouldn't call it a proof, I wouldn't call it a big major development, but having in mind that this morning I had again a phone call with President Ignatieff from the Central European University, and having in mind that there is a start of a kind of hope that we can find a solution for the Central European University, that they will continue their work, they can continue their work, then there is a hope, let me say, for the future. Again, clear decision, suspension. Again, evaluation committee. And then we will finally judge and finally decide. And the second question about my plan for the Commission President office, I was putting already a few days ago a plan on the table that I think we have to upgrade the rule of law mechanism in today's European Union. Our Article 7 question is not sufficient enough to really guarantee that the rule of law is implemented in the European Union of today. And that's why we have to upgrade it, even if possible, with sanctions, to use all the funds of the European Union to force the member states to implement rule of law in today's reality in our societies in the European Union. That is what I want to do, and that is what I presented also a clear commitment towards such a proposal.
Sándor Zsíros from Euronews. Did Mr. Orbán promise to change the core of his policies? Was there a debate about this?
Well, it was a frank and honest and also very hard discussion. Very especially those who wrote a letter, the certain parties, but also I would say those who are in between were very clear that EPP is based on common ideas, common values, common ideas for the future. And that's why the message was crystal clear today. And what Viktor Orbán has to say, I think you have to ask him directly. I cannot comment on this. But I'm proud that EPP was today very clear, united, to make absolutely for the outside world obvious that the suspension is needed, to clarify that Fidesz will not have any say in the future developments of the EPP. That is what we discussed and decided today with an overwhelming majority, and I hope that this has the impact we want to see, that the university can continue, that there will be not again posters, and that is exactly the job now of the evaluation committee to assess this, and we fully trust in Herman van Rompuy. Thank you so much for this short opportunity. See you. Bye-bye.
Können wir auf Deutsch was machen, Herr Weber? Herr Weber, können wir auf Deutsch kurz